I want to spell a name, and I want to see if you can figure out what it is. Okay,
Oh,
Rob?
no.
All
I'm
right.
horrible at this, but
Okay.
go ahead.
All
Try
right.
it.
Here we go. LUIGHSEACH. All right, let's see what you got. What do you think that is?
Lucia?
You're close.
What is it?
Lucy.
Lucy? What?
I don't know if you've noticed, I've noticed that there's such creative spellings for names these days. And so there's been a lot of chatter about it, like on social media, just like I'll look at a word, I'll like that name, Lucy, and how it's spelled. And your brain doesn't compute it. Like it does not look right. But that we're getting more creative when we decide to spell names. So,
Nowhere does that look. I spelled what you wrote out. I mean, I wrote out what you spelled, and it does not even look like Lucy.
So LUIGH does seem like you could say that Lou.
Oh, GH.
Yeah.
I put SH.
Oh, okay. And then at the end of it, SEACH. Well, when you have a CH, you make the sound ch.
Yes.
So it would be Lucy-ch or something like that.
Yeah. Doesn't make
So
any sense.
It doesn't make
No,
any sense there.
not at all.
So there's another one, Olivia, but it's spelled Olivia with an A.
Really?
And I mean, when you say Olivia, it does sound like it would have an A, but it's spelled
For
with
the
an
most part, yeah.
Right, spelled with an O. Emily, MEILEIGH. That one I actually like.
So Spencer's mother-in-law spells her first name Ashley with an I. Just an I at the end.
ALICI.
Ashley. So L-I. A.
I thought that's
Oh,
what it said.
Ashley. I'm dyslexic, so I've turned it around in my brain. It's ASHLI.
Oh, okay. I was spelling Alicia. Okay. Wow. But I mean, I like it, and it makes sense. Like when you sound it out,
Right?
it actually makes sense.
So Scott's daughter has an unusual name, and I'm sure it's spelt differently or even pronounced differently every time.
It is Soraya, Soraya. We love it. She loves it, but it's mispronounced so often. We get Soroya, Sarai. What was another one we had recently? Soroya. It was just really different, but it's spelled Soraya, so you say Soraya. But I think a lot of people will put the emphasis on the middle and say Soraya.
Makes sense.
Instead of Soraya.
Also, to me, it sounds like it would be SARAY. Soraya.
And I think you can spell it that way, but there most spellings that we've seen when we were going through names, it was Soraya.
See, and I feel sort of like I didn't put very much creativity into my kids' names because they're all spelled exactly the way they're said.
Well, just think of mine, Rob.
Okay, so Lauren texted and said her husband's name is spelled, see if you can get this, SCHUYLER. SCHUYLER. How is that pronounced?
I have no idea. I'm not even going to try.
Skylar.
Okay.
I would think Schuler.
Yeah, I never would have.
Schuler.
I wouldn't even tried it.
Schuler. Holly texted and said, okay, try to say this one. Here it is. YSOBEL. YSOBEL.
I'm not going to try that one either.
So I said, is it Isabel? She said, well, it is, but you've got to make sure you say the O instead of an A. So Isobel.
Okay.
But that's completely
It is.
different. I love it. I love the different. Now, I want to know like how to spell it or say it so I don't mess it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling in comment to the weird spelling name. My name is spelled Chara, but it is pronounced Kara, and everyone pronounces it Chara. And I always like to say, how do you spell character? And it's the same way. So, yeah, that's my story.
Chariter.
Yeah, you wouldn't say that.
Very good point. Here's another open mic that came in.
My daughter's name is Sierra, and it is spelled Cearah. And So many people have pronounced it wrong her whole life.
I am sure because of the
Zero.
way you spell it. Yeah.
like Sierra. Okay, so Angie texted. She has a different spelling for hers. Normally it's Angie. She said, or spells it Anggie. So Angie.
I would get that wrong a lot. Here's another open mic through the My His Radio app.
Hi, Rob. Hi, Liz. People spell our last name Letson when our real last name is Letsen.
Latson. Oh,
I
wow.
would think so, yeah. So easy to mix that up, I guess. Amy texted and said, my kids have named our newest chickens Sarmina and Velvkana. Like, what?
But they put a T in front of the first one.
Yes.
Sarmina. Did you say it right?
Sarmina, but
Okay.
it's spelled like the Tsar of Russia, Tsar.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's from Amy
Yes, that
with
is
the text. Here's another open mic with the My His Radio app.
My name is Abigail, but it's not spelled Abigail. It's spelled Abigayle.
I might get that one if I saw it.
Probably, yeah, because the Y almost has the same pronunciation.
And I love how unique it is.
Yeah, okay, so also Gloria texted and said, my husband's name is Angel, and he can't stand it when people spell it Angle. So,
Oh, because they reverse the L and the E?
yes.
Yeah.
So instead of Angel, it's GLE.
Okay. I think Jake has a thought about this.
Yeah, so I actually learned how to correctly spell this name a while ago, but to remember it, the angels in the Bible all have EL in their name. So like Michael, Gabriel, and the EL means like God and of God. So I mean, I just think that would be an easy fix.
I never knew that.
Deep thinker.
Right?
That's really cool, Jake. I love that take on it.
I learned something today.
Yeah.
Here's one last open mic on this. This is through the My His Radio
Hey,
app.
Rob and Lizz, it's Jennifer. I have a son named Malachi, spelled Malachi, just like the Bible. And you wouldn't believe how many people call him Malachi.
Malachi. I love it.
Sounds like a pasta dish.
I don't. Right? I'll have the malachi, please. Yeah, with a little cheese. You can add the cheese.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Those memories that can come flooding back on when you opened up the book and read it to your kids when they're so small. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, His Radio.
And I think when I read books to my kids when they were little, I could probably recite them pretty well for the most part.
Oh, I'm sure.
Couldn't do it now, though. Like Rainbow Fish, I think I knew that one by heart. Couldn't tell you anything about it
Give
now.
a mouse a cookie.
I know, right? Well, there's a mama that posted on her social, and she's telling her son the story. She's not looking at the book. She's in the floor. He is sitting on her head, and he's looking at the book, and they're reading it. And she knows as he's turning the page what's on the next page. That's how often she has read that book to him.
Yes.
Now, it's a toddler book, so there's not that many words. It's not like she's reading War and Peace to him or something like that, but it's got maybe 5 words on each page, but she knows them in order, and it's just hilarious.
When our kids were smaller, we always read to them every night. And there was this one book that my wife bought that had like 20 or 40 stories in it.
Oh, I love those.
I don't, because you have to read every one of them in one night. And so here's what I would do. I would make it up as I went along and flip through that book so fast. I would go 20 pages at a time. And it would always be a different story.
Well, you know what?
Because I went to the pictures.
Well, and you also, to me, that's creative. Now, and they didn't know. They
didn't know. I was just lazy. I'm not going to sit there and read that whole book all night long.
I don't see that as lazy at all. I see that as creative.
Okay.
When my daughter was little, I would read her the storybook, Are You My Mother, every night before she'd go to bed. That was her favorite storybook of all time. And when she got pregnant, she gave me a surprise sonogram and a copy of that book, Are You My Mother? And I'll treasure that forever. And my granddaughter just turned 4. God is good.
As far as TV shows for kids, Little Bear, me and my wife remember watching that as kids, and now we have our 2 kids hooked on that as well. It's really cool to see that they enjoy watching the same children's shows that we did as kids, and there's no hidden agendas behind it. Solely just children's shows, and they love it.
Little Bear. I don't recall that, but Jake, it sounds like you did.
I love Little Bear.
What's it about?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
About a little bear. But you get the memories, evidently. It's
Of
like you
course.
got one of those good chills come over
Dude,
you.
I did. That's kind of like Franklin. I was just like a sentient like animal that just going around doing kid stuff.
Yeah, Franklin. I remember my kids watching Franklin. It was cute.
I missed all these. It was Big Comfy Couch for one of my kids and Blue's Clues for another one.
We had my son loved Teletubbies, and he got a Poe Teletubby, the red one.
Those are the things that look like televisions that couldn't talk, right?
All
they did was...
That is all they did. And you'd see the sunshine come up with a big smile on the face. And I remember he got Poe for Christmas. And just the look on his face, I actually got a picture of it, and his face is just euphoric of, like I'm holding this thing. Like he couldn't compute it because he was about a year old.
My oldest is much older than the rest of my kids. His thing was Alf.
Oh, yeah.
He loved Alf.
He likes that little sarcastic thing.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Really? It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio. If you know Joey Chestnut, you know the hot dog competition, Nathan's 4th of July. It's a whole big thing. It happens all the time. Here's the thing. Since he's now banned because he endorses another, competitor, he and Kobayashi are going to go head-to-head in a competition of their own, doing the hot dogs on Netflix.
I think this probably is going to turn out a little better for him, at least financially, because Netflix has to pay both Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi to take part in this, right?
Really?
I can't imagine they do it for free.
I don't know.
I wouldn't think so.
That came together quick.
Unless
that. Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
it was already planned.
They knew what was going to happen. It's almost like it came together too quickly.
It did. Within days of hearing that Joey Chestnut was not going to be in the Nathan's hot dog eating contest on July 4th, and then all of a sudden, boom. I mean, they already have like all the art and the marketing.
That was quick.
Something's hinky.
You think. I don't want to think that way. I want to be innocent and go,
You don't want to be skeptical.
Yeah, skeptical. That's it.
But-
Skeptical.
But I mean, when the facts are there,
Yeah.
when it's right in your face, it's kind of like
It's just like, wait a minute.
I know, and here's the thing. I'm just going to turn it on. This is what we do on July 4th. We just turn it on and let it go.
The hot dog thing?
Oh,
I've
yeah,
never watched any of it.
Oh, no, my boys and my husband
Are they into this thing?
totally into this thing.
Seeing people hound down a bunch of hot dogs?
I think it's nasty, especially when they dip it down in the water.
And what gets me is how skinny these people are.
They really are. But I mean, I don't know. They got to take care of things afterwards.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
They say it dates back to 1,600 years, like to the 4th and 5th century. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio, some kind of manuscript that German researchers have found and have been looking at for years, and they firmly believe that this is some of the early writings about Jesus when he was a kid.
Right.
A child.
And what's wild about it is at first they thought maybe it was something like a school child had written because it was kind of messy and it was kind of clumsy the way it was written. And then the more they researched it, they found out that no, this is actually like a story, like one of the stories that was going to be handed down. And the first word that they really noticed was Jesus. And that's why they put so much emphasis on this.
Exactly. And so one of the stories that they found that was written was Joseph approached Jesus when he was a child, like along a riverbank somewhere, and he was making out of clay or the mud. Out of the mud they're like sparrows. And then Joseph is like, Jesus, you're not supposed to be doing this on the Sabbath. And so that's one of the stories that they have that's in there.
Yeah, and it's just a little piece of this transcript, but they think that it may be like out of the Gospel of Thomas, which they think, could have been just not added to the Bible, I guess, is what they're saying.
Well, there's a reason why some things I believe that God did not add to the Bible. And this could have been one of those counts, but it's really fascinating that people are like looking at this going, wow, this looks like this could be about Jesus when he was a child.
Right. And so many people have written about Jesus and about God. It doesn't mean that they were all going to be part of the Bible.
Of the scripture that God had designed for us to have, right?
Exactly.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Since it's summer vacation time, where will you never go on vacation? That's the My His Radio app, or you can even text at 800-447-7234. Jake has an unusual place he'll never want to go.
Yeah, I'd probably never go to Korea.
Not even South Korea?
Nah.
Just not in somewhere you want to...
It's so far. It's a long way to go.
Yeah, my daughter went to South Korea on a layover. She was going from South America to Southeast Asia, and so that was kind of the layover. It was a long, long,
wild.
30 hours. I almost said 30 miles.
I'm 30.
That was a little longer than that.
It's a lot longer than 30 miles to get to there. I wonder where Scott would not want to go.
I'm not a fan of Canada, so I probably wouldn't go to Canada.
Really? What's wrong with Canada?
I don't know. Just too far away. Just, I don't know. Nothing up there appeals to me. So.
Banff? You don't want to go to Banff, Canada, or Whistler? Well,
What?
you don't.
What is this?
So Banff, my daughter's been everywhere. She's been there. It's beautiful, and the hiking and just, the lakes. It's just gorgeous.
Winter might not be great, but the rest of the time of the year.
Well, but you want to go to Whistler in the winter because
What's
that's where you ski. And again, I've never been to either, but several of my friends have been and just say it's absolutely
I've never
gorgeous.
heard of the whistling place.
It's so cold in Canada, though, in the wintertime. See, the older I get, the less tolerable I can.
He's gonna
deal
move
with cold.
He's gonna move to Florida.
You know what? He really
I wanna
is.
go
You're gonna be that
With
guy.
a lanai.
South, not north.
A lanai, the big black shorts. Yeah.
That is great. I love it. Still working on the lawn.
See, there's
That's
another
it.
plus.
Year
point.
round, man.
Warmer
He can't-
climate.
yeah.
Yes.
You can't have
telling ya.
a lawn in Canada.
What about Ninja? Where will you not go?
I would never go to Hilton Head Island
Why?
because I grew up there.
Oh.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Sometimes starting Monday, we need a little more inspiration. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio.
I think you can find some of that inspiration in Carson. Back in 2019, I don't ever think in his wildest imagination, when he was in that boating accident and lost a part of his leg, that he would be competing as a triathlete. He just won this race in Miami. That secured him a spot in the Paralympics in Paris this year.
That's crazy wild.
Isn't that amazing?
It's so good, the things that he's overcome, not just physically, but emotionally, what you must go through in an accident like this. There's
Right.
probably some depression, some am I ever going to have life again? And then to see what he's doing?
Right?
Yeah.
What I don't know is if he was a triathlete before 2019. I kind of think maybe because, good night, he's come a long way to be able to compete in the Paralympics.
Right.
After an accident like that.
Yeah, probably an athlete at the very least, but to do what he's doing, it's crazy good.
I know, right? So, Carson, we're rooting for you.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
These high school students have been doing this for a couple of years now in Colorado. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio. They're literally running their own business with the help of a teacher. This teacher, who is also a coach, helps them recycle electronics. And so they're rebuilding electronics and then reselling them, I think.
Yeah.
It's a whole business now.
Right? It's called Tiger Recycling, and I don't know where the money is going. I hope it's going into the school's program, which I would expect it to happen. But it's teaching them not only about taking care of the environment, and repurposing, but giving them some skills as they rebuild some of those electronics.
Yeah, they're learning about the tools. They're learning about electronics. They're learning how to put these things back together. They're learning about business and selling. And it's been going on for several years, and it continues, and I love this.
Well, I think it should grow. You actually get hands-on experience in high school. It's something I didn't really have. You would learn about it, except in like home economics and things like that.
Well, some bigger high schools had like shops, so you learn how to work on cars and things like that, too.
Oh, yeah, that was probably not a class I was taking.
Same.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Somebody already checked in to the My His Radio app, left an open mic this morning. Let's check in with this open mic.
Good morning, Rob and Lizz. This is Michael from Bowling Springs. My wife listens to y'all every morning getting ready for work. So I know she's got it on right now, getting dressed. And I just want to tell her good morning. I've been stuck on the road for 2.5 weeks, but I'll be home tonight. Can't wait to see y'all. Have a great day, and thank you, God, for watching over my wife and 2 boys while I was on the road.
And thank you, God, for watching over Michael while he was gone, too.
No, that
2.5 weeks away.
That's hard. You know, especially it almost sounds like it wasn't planned for him to be gone that long.
Probably, yeah.
And the trip got extended, and he's like, I can see it. I can almost, hear and smell the family just about.
Coming home to see his wife and kids. I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you for leaving that open mic there. Mike?
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Elephants have names for each other. Especially the female elephants. Like, they call out to other female elephants. And I can just see it in my head. It's like, oh my goodness, how are you? Like, hey girl, come in. And they come running. So what they are saying is that the elephants honestly recognize their specific call, their specific name, and
they're
respond.
not talking to each other, because what I read is that they're talking to each other like, hello, hi, how you doing, Vicky?
No, Vicky is not hearing the name Vicky. There's no Bertha out there, in the...
Bertha?
I mean, there's no name.
You gave an elephant a name of Bertha.
I mean, why not?
Bertha.
Yeah, Bertha.